Wait, can we just talk about for a minute how my hair looks like one of those Backstreet Boys, or like the boys back then that used to wear their hair that went around here that looked like it was just one haircut all the way around.
Here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tahara Coleman. Today's video is going to be all about LA colors. So I found some really good products at the Dollar Tree, only for $1 of course. There are a few, well mostly all of the products that I'm going to be showing you were around the holidays, so I'm not sure if they are still selling. So the first LA Colors product that I'm just going to be showing you guys, just to get it out of the way, is this Cool Tone palette right here. I really love this palette. It's so pigmented and so blendable. The little sponge applicator that it comes with just fell, but the shades in here are so beautiful. And this is your Cool Tone like smoky eye palette. I did a video using this palette. The color payoff is amazing. I'll just do like a few swatches so you guys could like see. I think I just did the, yeah, hold on. So here are like a few of the swatches. See, so beautiful, so pigmented. And I know that this palette is like less than $5. You could probably find this at your Dollar Tree, because I know that's where most of LA Colors products are sold. So the next few items that I'm going to be showing you guys, I'm actually going to be using these on my face. Everything will not stop falling. Bronze and Highlight, I Love Makeup, Sunkissed, and Glowing Skin Pocket Face Palettes. So here are how these look. These were around the holidays. I'm just going to start off with the bronzer. So they had two shades in this bronzer. You just pull this part off. They had this shade right here, which I'm definitely not going to be able to use this as a bronzer, but I'm just going to try it out anyway. They had this shade, and then they had a deeper shade that was more red tone. So I'm like, you know, either way, this is like a 10 man's bronzer. Like, really. Here is the swatch of this. Yeah, probably as a highlighter. So for the highlighter, I actually broke off this part, so I just tied it on, and it goes like that. So for this highlighter, this is how this looked. They only had one shade, which is this. Is a very icy champagne shade that I'd most likely be able to get away with using this. So here's how this looks. Here is the highlighter and the bronzer. So I've already done my brows and foundation off camera. I'm just going to try it on its own. You know, it may surprise me. Then it may shock me in a bad way. It doesn't look bad like facing forward, but when you kind of like turn to the side, it looks like too much of a sheen. Way too much. So I'm just going to do the other side since I already started, and I think I'm just gonna go on top of this with a regular bronzer, probably just my e.l.f. palette, and just pick up any bronzer. This is the deep e.l.f. palette. So I feel like, especially now that we're still kind of like in the summer, because it's still hot, this wouldn't be a bad product to like add on top and like just give a glowy look. So now I'm gonna go in with the actual highlighter. Oh wow, that's really pretty. And on my skin, maybe, no, yeah, you guys can see it. It looks more gold than it is in here, so I'm really excited. Ow, ow. Just flicked right in my eye. That hurt. Okay, it's in my eye. I'm not mad at it, but I need to be done. Though it feels way too powdery for me to keep going on, so I need to spray my face. Anybody else feel like after they spray setting spray, their smile lines just get tore up? I feel like that all the time. Let me just go back over it with my sponge. Yeah, my smile lines are done for. So I'm just gonna mention this eyeshadow palette right here right quick. This is the 10 color eyeshadow warm palette. I also use this palette in my nostalgia throwback for like my makeup look, the glam type of look, where I took these two blue shades and used that. Here's the palette up close. Comes with a sponge. So I just swatched a few shades. Couldn't even get it out. I swatched a few shades right here. I'm just gonna put them on the back of my hand so you guys can see them. They're not as pigmented, but this is not a bad dollar palette. I feel like you're definitely gonna get more color payoff from these eyeshadows if you do go in with the sponge applicator. Alright, so I'm actually not gonna use this palette today, so I'm gonna put that to the side. So the next two eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to be talking about, these right here, these are the Shadow by Numbers palettes. So I did use this palette right here in my nostalgia throwback video for the grungy look that I did. So the other one was for the glam look and this one was for the grungy look. This is the palette in the shade I'm mixing my words, in the shade Nerd Chic. Very cool tone palette, more of your purpley, smoky eye type of palette. And they did have two other palettes besides these, but these are the only ones that seem like they would really work for me. Here's how this palette looks. Very, very pigmented. I bet you would have never thought this would have came from a dollar palette, right? The next Shadows by Numbers palette I have is the Extra Credit palette. Now this is definitely your spring and summer type of palette. It kind of reminds me of Candy for some reason. Again, very smooth and very pigmented. I like the pink shade is because it's the only matte shade in here, it does seem to be a very, very powdery shade. So I'm also not going to go into either one of these palettes either. I'll also mention that the Shadows by Numbers palettes and this 10 color palette, these did not come out around the holidays, so these should still be available. So these two palettes right here, these are 6 eyeshadows palettes. They don't have a particular like group name, but this is just like the Peace palette and the Beauty palette. So I would say this is your cool tone palette and your warm tone palette. I'll just show you guys how the packaging looks. So it comes like this, very cute packaging. I don't want to drop them. The more cool tone palette, the warm tone palette. And I'm very excited to use this warm tone palette because if you guys notice, they have two matte shades right here and right here. You have like perfect transition shades from a dollar eyeshadow palette. You get two transition shades. Like, are you serious right now? So I'm just gonna go in right quick and show you, kind of tell you guys what each shade is. So this right here is definitely a dual chrome shade. It looks white in the pan, but it's actually purple. This one right here is like more of like a bronzy, like a light bronzy champagne tone shade. Here is a gray, a purple, a navy deep blue, and then a bronzy coppery. All right, so this shade right here, I know it's like goes like this, but this shade right here, I actually had to swatch it first because I ran out of room just now. But so this shade right here is like a bronzy champagne tone. I don't really know, it's like a taupe shimmery shade. That's what I'm looking for. That's right here. We have a light gold. So this in a palette, it looks like a tannish orange shade. It looks a little bit more orange, but when I swatched it, it definitely comes off a little bit more deeper in tone. So the next one is a shimmery gold. The next one is a cranberry shade. That's the word I'm looking for. And this last one is the last transition shade, which is definitely a deep chocolate brown look. I'm definitely just gonna go ahead and do this palette on this eye and this one on this eye, and let's get started. I should just go like this like when I'm finished. So for the crease, I'm gonna start by using this. A lot picked up on the brush. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here just to deepen it up. put it lower into the crease, and it's so pigmented. For the lid, I'm going to go over the whole lid with this cranberry shade. Wait. Okay. Looks like I don't need a brush, my finger, or even to wet up the eyeshadow. That's one thing that I love to do with my shadows. I love to bring them up as far as I can into the lid, into the crease. So going in with this beautiful gold right here, I'm going to put that in the center for a pop of color. Shade right here, apply that on the brow bone, and apply this shade since it's a little bit more taupey like, and I feel like it may complement this look a little bit. I'm going to apply that in the inner corner. I'm taking that orangey shade first and applying that on the lower lash line. Alright, not bad, not bad. Still hate that I brought it out here, but that's completely fine. To deepen it up, I'm going in with the chocolatey brown shade. I don't know, let me just start by taking some of this purple shade and running that through the crease. Again, it's a little shimmery, but you can get away with using it as like a matte shade if you're careful and if you really just work on blending it out. I think I'm just going to take the blue shade and apply it over the lid. I want to use the gray. Let's see, I'm just going to use my finger for the gray shade and just tap it all across the lid. Go back in with some of that blue shade too. I'm going to apply it to the outer and the inner part. Alright, so I think I'm going to take that duochrome shade in the inner corner as well. As my brow bone, I think I'm going to take this more taupey shade right here and apply that as my brow bone highlighter. So for the lower lash line, I'm just going to go into this purple. Run the blue shade directly onto the waterline and stamp it on. You guys see that right in my eye right there? That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so because I feel like this side is feeling a little left out, I'm gonna go back into the cranberry shade and I'm gonna just apply that onto the waterline. Alright, so lashes and mascara is applied. I tried to apply mascara on my lashes and I felt like they were looking wonky. So it's not working. So I also found around the holiday matte liquid long wearing lipstick. That was a mouthful. And this is how it looks. So this is in a shade Affair to Remember, which seems like a muted brown, and it comes with a doe foot applicator. So it kind of smells like cheap vanilla. Alright, so it feels a little sticky, but it does seem to be transfer proof. Nothing came off of my lips, so I feel like maybe if I didn't apply so much, it would dry down all the way and feel less sticky. Alright, so I feel like I just kind of made my hair pretty much go in the way of the look. But how are we pretty much feeling about using this makeup for $1? I think it came out pretty good. I still will say I do like the warm palette a little bit better than the cool tone, but it does not look bad now. And I like the lip color, the highlighter, and the bronzer. Again, the bronzer is just something that I would apply under a really light highlighter, or I would apply over my regular bronzer just to give it like a glowy look. So overall, I give LA Colors a huge thumbs up because I love their products. I have not tried any of their face products, but hopefully someday I will. Anyway, I love the products I use. I hope you guys love them too. I hope you guys love this look, this different look that I created, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, do all you have to do. Bye.